If you're in your 40s or 50s, you've probably had that moment where you stop and think, how much should I actually have saved by now? It might hit you when someone at work mentions their pension, or maybe it hits home when you realise the kids are getting older or retirement is approaching fast. If that's you, don't worry, it's totally normal. I had a similar moment when I was 35, but over the last 6 years, I've turned things around after working hard on financial education. Today, I'm using 24 years of investing experience to tell you what people your age have saved, what the experts say you should aim for, and how to catch up even if you feel miles behind. Section 1, the reality of savings in the UK. When it comes to savings, expectations and reality in the UK are worlds apart. We often imagine, or you might think, that everyone else has a healthy emergency fund, a big pension, investments, a well-structured retirement plan. But the actual numbers show a completely different story. According to Finder.com, the average person between the age of 35 and 44 has just over £7,000 in savings. 45 to 54, the average savings here in the UK is just over £13,000. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. This is nowhere near enough for me. Let's move on to pensions. The average pension pot for people between the age of 35 and 44 in the UK is £39,500. Not enough. By the time people are a bit older, between the age of 45 and 54, that rises to 80,000, according to the Office of National Statistics. And here's something important. A shocking number of people have far less than even these averages. Many have no private pension at all. They're relying entirely on the state pension, which currently sits at just over £11,500 per year. Not enough to live comfortably. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm behind, you're actually in the majority. You are not the anomaly, you are the norm. And that's exactly why understanding the next section is so important. Section 2, how much should you have? Now let's talk about benchmarks. Not to scare you, but to help you understand roughly where financial planners believe you should be. According to money.co.uk, there's a simple rule of thumb. By age 30, you should have saved 1 times your annual salary. By age 40, you should have saved 3 times your annual salary. By age 50, you should have saved 6 times your annual salary. Let's put that into real numbers. If you earn £40,000 per year, by 40, you'd ideally have 120,000. By 50, around 240,000. Now here's the important bit. These are not rules. They're not designed to make you feel rubbish or guilty. They exist for one reason, to help you understand what's needed for a comfortable retirement in the UK. But the truth is, most people don't hit these numbers because the UK system doesn't teach people how money actually works. We were brought up on a message like get a job, buy a house, raise a family, retire comfortably. That formula worked in like the 70s and 80s. It worked well for the industrial age. It doesn't work today. Why? Because life is more expensive. Mortgages are bigger. Wages have stagnated. And people now live 20, maybe 30 years after retirement. So don't use these numbers to compare yourself to others. Use them as a reference point to help guide your next steps. Because the next question is, what does retirement in the UK actually cost? Now, if you are serious about financial education to help you in retirement, hit subscribe so we can build wealth together. Section 3, what retirement really costs. Let's talk about the cost of retirement, because this is where things get very real. According to the Pension and Lifetime Savings Association, the PLSA, what a mouthful that was, by the way. According to the PLSA, here's what you need for a comfortable retirement. For a couple, you need about £60,000 per year. This isn't luxury living. It covers things like eating out a couple of times a month, a few holidays a year, running a car, helping family, a generally comfortable lifestyle. Now imagine needing £60,000 a year. Then imagine needing it for 20 years, 25 years, or even 30 years, depending on your health and longevity. Suddenly the numbers get big, fast. Over a typical retirement, you're looking at needing roughly £1 million in total retirement funding. Simple maths, if you have a pot of £1 million, using the 4% rule, you would be able to live off £40,000 per year. That means you would need £1.5 million for 2 people to live off £60,000 per year. If you're not quite sure what the 4% rule is, by the way, see below for a recent video. These are the type of numbers no one wants to talk about. This is why so many people reach their 40s and 50s and suddenly think, why did no one tell me this earlier? Because for decades, money has been a taboo topic here in the UK. We were never taught how pensions work, how compound interest works, how much a comfortable lifestyle actually costs. So when people reach this stage and realise they're behind, it's not their fault. But here's the empowering part. You can catch up, and faster than you think. The next section explains exactly how. As you can probably guess, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't me giving out financial advice. I'm not an expert, not even close. Today's video is just me trying to help you with my experience. Section 4, what to do if you feel behind. This is the practical part, the part that will genuinely move you forward. 1, track down every pension you've ever had. The UK government has a free pension tracing service. If you've changed jobs even once or twice, there is a very real chance you have old pensions sitting untouched. Some people discover £2,000, £5,000, even £10,000, just sitting there earning 2, maybe 3%. But when moved into a better fund inside a pension or SIP, it could be earning maybe 10% annually. That difference over 20 plus years is life-changing. Stop leaving old money forgotten. It's part of your retirement. Bring it all together. 2, maximise employer pension contributions. This is the most overlooked wealth building tool in the UK. Auto enrolment puts most people at 4%. 4%, employer 4%, but what most people don't know, many UK employers will match contributions up to like 10% or even more. Example, if you increase your contributions from 4% to 10%, your employer might also increase from 4% to 10%. That's an extra 6% of free money every single year. Just to be transparent, this doesn't apply to me and I haven't got any real experience of employer pensions contributions. I'm getting this info from members of my school community. The link, by the way, is below if you want one-to-one support with investing. 3, use a stocks and shares ISA. After your pension, the ISA is the most powerful savings tool in the UK. Why? Because growth is tax-free. Withdrawals are tax-free. Dividends are tax-free. Gains, yes, are tax-free. If you invest £500 and it becomes £1,000, you keep all of it. No capital gains tax, no income tax, nothing. And even modest monthly contributions compound big time. £500 per month for 25 years equals £663,000, all completely tax-free. ISA strategies are essential for catching up fast, in my opinion. 4, think beyond cash. Use your home strategically. This section applies especially to people in their 50s and 60s and maybe beyond. If you own your own home, especially mortgage-free, you are in a far stronger position than you might think. Your home can help you downsize, release equity, reduce monthly costs, move to a cheaper area, improve your quality of life. There are people in their 70s living in a 4-bed family home with rooms they haven't been in for ages, years. That's not comfort, it's unnecessary cost. Downsizing is not going backwards. It can add like £100,000 plus to your retirement. Reduce bills, free cash for experiences, create a better lifestyle. Just make sure to get proper advice before making any big decisions. 5, you can work longer and benefit from it. Not what everyone wants to hear, but one of the highest impact options. Work an extra 3 to 5 years means more pension contributions, more employer contributions, more ISA investing, less time withdrawing money. Those extra years might be the difference between a stressful retirement and a comfortable one. Section 5, the mindset that changes everything. At this stage, the most important message is this: stop comparing yourself to others. Some people started investing at 22, 23, others had parents who helped them financially. Some people got a bit of luck. Some people had a hard life. Everyone's life is different. Comparison is 100% the thief of joy. The only person you should compare yourself to is the version of you from yesterday or last week. If you're learning, if you're taking action, if you're starting now, you're already ahead of most people. Financial independence isn't about being rich. It's about options. Options to retire, options to work less, options to take holidays, options to help your kids, options to breathe, relax. And yes, even in your 40s and 50s, those options are absolutely still possible. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is now, today. Summary. If you feel behind, here's what you need to know. you're not alone, you're not doomed, and you're not too late. Life expectancy is rising, people are living healthier for longer, and with the right strategy, the next 10 to 15 years can completely transform your future. Start now, start small, and stay consistent. Your future self will thank you. So now you know the importance of investing, but you're not sure what to invest into. Well, here's what I would do if I was just starting. I would invest in a low-cost index funds. And if you want to know what index funds to actually buy, see below for recent video.